Anyways, a man who has been divorced recently, who is alone with their own thoughts, that has never taken the time to heal, is a very, very dangerous man. Because that man is going through so many things right now that they can't even fully understand the weight and the magnitude of what has fully happened. And so there's no possible way for that man to understand all of the emotions that he's dealing with right now. That is just the truth. Now, can I say this is for every single man in the world? No, I can't. Can I say this is for men who have dealt with a divorce recent and maybe didn't even want that divorce, but it happened? There's so many emotions that they're going through right now that they have not taken time to really fully process. So, what men will do sometimes is try to figure things out on their own, which sometimes is okay. But after divorce, I would really say like it's not always the best idea because your mind at that time is very toxic. It's not always just like, oh, yeah, I deserve that. Yeah, I understand that that happened. Oh, yeah, I get, the divorce happened. And it's, yeah, I'm at peace with that after just finding out, that his wife no longer is with him or wants to be with him. So that man and the thoughts can just be very overwhelming. So this is why, for me, I feel like it's so important for men to find other men that have been through something similar, maybe not the exact same circumstance and how it happened, but just divorce, and really connect. Because I realize that there are so many people who are going through things right now that don't know how to communicate. They just don't. They do not know how to communicate correctly, to get whatever it is off their chest, to be able to speak about real problems, to be able to share their concerns where they can be vulnerable enough to talk to someone and let them know like, yo, bro, this is what I'm going through right now and I really need help. Not a lot of men are willing to do that anymore. But that's the part where men are killing themselves at a higher rate than women are. That's because women have so many people to talk to, whether it be right or wrong. This is me just speaking to the men out there right now that have gone through a major divorce, and you know how bad and how devastating it was on you. If you have children, you know it's still devastating on them right now because they don't fully understand it if they're, older than maybe they do. But I'm curious to know, how much time have you spent talking to somebody about what you've gone through? Are you in a new relationship right now where you've never processed all of those thoughts, those feelings, and now your new relationship is being affected by that? I encourage you, brothers out there, to find other brothers who are going through similar challenges like you and to talk. Me and my best friend, we went out we were going to go get together with another brother and just fellowship, meaning just kick it, hang out, just build a community. And so we were going to go work out at the gym at first, and then we ended up going for like a hike instead, which was very good. But, the goal was to just get out in the environment, the elements, get a little workout in, break a little sweat, and just let God do what he does. And he did. And the reason I say this because like all three of us men have been dealing with our own issues, right? Separately, individually, excuse me. And just being able to commune with other brothers who are married, who were married, and being able to talk about those things. It's not just it's not about gossiping, but it's really being able to, one, get everything off your chest, and two, finding a solution to keeping it off your chest. Because if it's just to talk about your wife or your ex, then there's no place for that. You might have some feelings, which is understandable. You might be upset for what she did and how she did it to you. But at the end of the day, the whole goal is to get your mind right and to get it back in order again so that she no longer is a problem because you found a solution to make sure that she's no longer a problem. This is why getting with other men who are like-minded in these areas is so critical. Doesn't mean you have to meet every single day or talk every single day, but if you got it like that, then make that time because there's healing that comes from that. So one thing I would say, if you have never done this before, and I know I've mentioned this before, but it's so important to talk about this because after divorce, it's just men just do whatever they think they want to do, and they end up getting hurt even worse in the end. Like, and I'm talking about fresh out of divorce, okay? Like 1 to 2 months, not somebody who's been, divorced for 3 years and getting back into a relationship. This does not apply to you because you've taken the time to think good and bad thoughts, pros and cons. You've weighed out a lot of stuff and you finally have made the decision to either move on, whether you get remarried again or stay single. My whole goal is like, in talking with men, is like the desire to be married. If you were married once before, you saw that there was something there. You saw that there was a need, in a sense, for that marriage, whether you had a child, before marriage, or you loved her and you wanted to spend your life with her. So don't let the negative circumstances change everything that you would think about a relationship, because it doesn't mean that every woman is like that. Are women like inherently women? Yes. There's just certain things about women that you're just not going to change. Even if a woman might say something to you like, oh, I don't talk that much. Right now that might be the case, but 5 years later, you realize that she do more talking than ever in the world. But that's where this time comes in to get with other men who are like-minded, that are trying to learn, trying to grow, trying to change, and being able to talk about these things openly so that you can get back to the place that you really wanted to be, which was in a relationship with somebody, and being able to be healed from that prior relationship. Not just like, okay, I'm good today, but I'm talking like for the rest of your life, that last relationship is no longer an issue. You might have some residue from that, some leftover stuff that still needs to be cleaned up because you'll never be perfect. But there's a point where you get to where the old relationship just does not affect you anymore, and you're moving on, and in your new relationship, they don't have to struggle because of your past. This is why I think it's so important to get the assistance through other brothers who, like I said, have been there. Talk with them, share what's going on. You'll come to find out very quickly that the things that you're feeling, they can completely understand and agree with. And it's not 100%, but they do see and can see like why you would feel the way that you feel. You go talk to another woman, there's only gonna be two things that can come from that. They're gonna completely disagree with you because they're a woman and they don't think like you think. Or if they're trying to get with you, then they'll just be, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened. So you're not gonna actually get healed. You're just gonna get babied. You're gonna get consoled. You're gonna get loved on in a way that makes you feel good, but that's not gonna really help heal you. So being able to connect with men soon after a divorce, not waiting for years to get your stuff together. It would be good for you to start working on that stuff now so that you don't have to take so many years to figure all this out. It's not going to help you. You're going to be upset for taking so long, and you will be like everyone else who says, why did I take so long to do this? Now, I've realized that some people may not agree with this, and I am completely okay with that. To anybody who's watching this right now, understand, I am okay with that. We all have our own thoughts and views. I know what I've been through, and I saw how I overcame it. So for me, it's being able to help and teach people those things that I did to get me where I'm at today, which is remarried again with a loving wife, 4 children, and just being grateful for the fact that I did take the time that I needed to get myself healed up. I took a lot longer for myself to do it, but this is what you can do. One, you got brother, dad, good friend that you work with or something like that and want to bounce some ideas off, open up that door. It's up to you. You never know what another person's dealing with until you open your mouth. And then you'll realize that connection that you have is just going to grow stronger, and your bond is going to be so much deeper than it ever has been. So if you got a good friend now, guarantee you just through that commonality, you'll end up having a better friend, a closer friend, because now you're operating not just on like the surface. Now it's like deeply rooted, and that just is what helps to bridge the gap between you and your friendship. Even though it's not like bridging it, it's just making it more secure. So I say these things because I know it's not easy all the time to just share your feelings, but I promise you, as you share them more with the right people, that your life will start to change and your healing will come. So I say this, I know it's 11 minutes into this video, roughly somewhere around there. And I'm just saying this now because I know what you're going through. I know it's not easy to sit and stress over the next steps of your life and be frustrated at the fact of how could someone do this to you? Like, and it's tiring. That stuff will literally cause you to stay awake all day, thinking stuff that you shouldn't even be thinking no more. It's like, and it's tough. Like you want to change that, but it's hard. So it's only hard because you just continue to remain in that place, just praying that it just changes on its own, and it's not going to happen like that. You got to be the one to put in the work, to put in the effort to getting that change that you need. So I'd encourage you, brothers, to really get out there, go connect with another brother or two, and spend that time. When I got together with my best friend and his friend, it was just such a positive experience out of it, and that we decided, like, hey, why don't we do this more often? You know, get out, just go work out, go hike, do whatever, something on those lines where it's just healthy. Yeah, we can go out to eat. We already know we can go eat all day. But working our bodies, freeing our mind, clearing our head, and just letting God do his thing in our lives, which is to heal us. And the scripture, the Bible says that iron sharpens iron. And so it's no different when a friend is there for a friend. So go find that one you can sharpen up with, because they're out there. You know that they're out there. You know that person that you can probably call on. And I would go ahead and call them right now and start getting those things in place for you so God can start to lead your life and you can lead less of it. Anyways, I'll holler at you guys. Take care. Talk soon. See ya.